Welcome WBP stars. My name is Thijs Vloed from restaurant Colette De Vijvers in Averbode. Welcome in our new spot in Averbode. And I have here, we're in full season of the game, and I have here the first hare, the whole hare, that I'm now going to cut in several pieces, and which we're going to prepare the rack, and we make a civet of the legs of the hare. And I show you now the preparation, how we serve it here in our restaurant at De Vijvers. So first we're gonna cut the hare in the several pieces. We have here the shoulders that we cut off, and this we use for the poivrade sauce, where we put the shoulders for 10 days covered in red wine with some fresh vegetables, carrots, celeriac, onion, some spices like nutmeg, and from that on, after 10 days, with the meat and the red wine, we make our poivrade sauce, which is a classic sauce that we give together with our hare. Then we take off the legs of the hare. The legs, they have a lot of meat, nice meat, and that meat we use to make a civet of hare with some Alsace speck and little onions. The sauce, we finish it with crème de cassis, and this we give in a second preparation with the rack of the hare. This also goes first 10 days on the red wine with the vegetables, and then afterwards we make the civet of the hare. So the sauce and the red wine is full of flavor of the hare, and it's amazing to see the coloring and the nice shiny of the sauce afterwards when we finish the sauce. Then we're gonna prepare further the rack. Of course, the rack, it's for me the most delicate piece of the hare, and it's where the people come from for. It's for the rack of the hare. As you see, we are here in the back. We cut it in. Even this we don't throw, we put it also for the sauce. And then here it's the start of the legs. Voilà. Now here we have our hare rack, and we're gonna take off the little skin. So in the game season, yeah, it's the thing next to pheasant who is selling the most in our restaurant, in our dining room. I really like it when it's served medium rare. And I serve all the garnish. It comes separated from the meat. We serve it with some cranberries, apple stew, celeriac puree, homemade potato croquettes, poached pears in red wine. We serve the civet and salsifis à la crème. Taking off like this. seasoning again our hair with salt and pepper from the middle. Turn it over. Good seasoning as well. Also on the back, even we don't give the meat of the back, we also good seasoning. We take some little bit of baking oil to start or garnish. It's heating a little bit, and we're just gonna coloring him a little bit, and then we're gonna put it in the oven with some butter and some fresh thyme, garlic and rosemary. I really like it to do it in a cocotte so the tastes and the smells taste together, and it's not heating all over the place, it's getting a little cocotte, and that's important. So now we're turning it over. We're just coloring a little bit the fillet. Voila. Some fresh butter. Some fresh herbs like garlic, rosemary, and thyme. And then put it like this in the oven. It needs a lot of cuisson. It just takes like 2-3 minutes and then it's finished. So here we have our legs of the hare that we've cooked in the poivrade, in the sauce with the red wine and the vegetables, and when it was cooked we put it in pieces. We have our little onions that we were caramelized with some salt, pepper and sugar. And here we have our poivrade sauce, which is made with red wine that we cooked into a mirror, crème de cassis, and our base that we made with the legs of the hare. So we put in the meat and we put some nicely shiny sauce on it, and we put it together with our little white onions. For me it's important because we put some crème de cassis in it, that we good season it off with some pepper from the middle. Voilà. A little bit of salt, and this is our civet. So that's it. So we serve the whole hare. The timer is going on from our hare. Voila. As we do always. Wait. Put a lot of good, nicely browned butter on top of it. And the smell of the hare with the fresh herbs and the brown butter, it's wonderful. This one we're gonna leave them for a couple minutes to to set down. So it's a preparation of the hare. It's not that long that we do minutes. But first I have my poached pears in red wine. It's a preparation with red wine, cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg, and the syrup of the red wine. We have our civet with the onions and the bacon out of the Alsace. This one we finish with some fresh parsley, chopped parsley, to give it a little bit of fresh taste. We have our salsify à la crème. But it's now I really like the salsify in this season, and for me it's like the asparagi of the winter. We have some apple compote that we finish with some fresh chopped rosemary, and for this one we take the Schone van Boskop apple. So we finish it with the fresh chopped rosemary, and it gives a really fresh taste. We have some really nice white puree of celiac. The classic RL, Veenbessen or cranberries. And this has to be almost like a confiture. But you see the berries are still intact. Or baked Belgian with love. And our homemade potato croquette that we finished with a good pinch of salt. Now we're gonna take off our hair. So I'm going to take off the hair. I'm just cutting it in. And then I'll do it the classic way. And that's with a spoon. Here we take off the little piece. Now I just put it back in the brown butter, but only just 1 second for a little bit butter and warmth. And now I'm gonna slice my hare. Cuts like butter. You have the taste of the butter and the fresh herbs. And now we just have to put it on our plate. Finish it again. Sea salt, beurre de sel, and a little bit of pepper. Like this, and then we finish it with 2 sauces. We have our shiny poivrade sauce with crème de cassis, and we have our creamy sauce fine champagne. Voilà.